Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Ravenloft Strahd's Possession. Not the game itself, mind you, but the differences between the CD-ROM and disc-based versions of the game, for both were released in tandem, and a few concessions had to be made to fit this game on floppy disks. This was prompted by me noticing all the differences between the CD-ROM and the floppy disk versions of Menzoberranzan, and try as I might, I can't find a list of differences between the CD-ROM and floppy disk versions of Stone Prophet. Perhaps there wasn't a floppy disk version of Stone Prophet, but either way, here is the section from the Strahd's Possession clue book concerning the differences. As previously mentioned, the disc-based version of Strahd's Possession provides a play environment which is not as rich as that of the CD-ROM game. The following things exist only in the CD-ROM version of the game: the entire Paladin quest, the Paladin's house, shed, the tree stump, and the caverns in which this holy symbol lies only appear in the CD-ROM version. So you wouldn't get the Paladin quest at all! And I imagine you wouldn't get the cool Paladin weapons either, that's quite a shame. The following NPCs only appear in the CD-ROM version: Riznard the Mad Mage and Velika the Female Dandy. Now that is a shame because they're pretty awesome characters. Digitised NPC voices occur only when playing the CD-ROM game. Cinematic interludes and NPC animation are greatly enhanced in the CD-ROM game. Both of those make a lot of sense. In the disc-based game, dropped objects look alike. All dropped shields look the same, all dropped keys look the same, etc. The assassin looks like a brigand, the zombie lord looks like a zombie, the ghoul and maghoul lord look like a ghast, the revenant looks like a wight, the shadow fiend looks like a shadow. Now, some of those monster switches would definitely confuse you, and having all items look utterly generic when dropped on the ground would be a nightmare if you lost an item and had to go and find it. Atmosphere rats, bats, and crows do not appear. Villagers wandering around Barovia do not appear. Skeletal bats, were-rats, and living walls do not appear. That's a shame, but makes sense considering what areas are removed. In the disc-based game, a scroll of improved identify appears in the brigand encampment at the beginning of the game. That's a very weird addition. Why is that? Oh, is it there because you find a scroll of improved identify in the Paladin quest, and without that whole area with the living walls, you can't find the scroll? Or rather, you can't find that instance of a scroll, because I think there are multiple instances of a scroll. That is interesting. That is very interesting. Technically, that means that in the floppy disk version of the game, you can get that scroll earlier. Fascinating. And so, that's pretty much it. A much shorter list than with Menzoberranzan, and as I said, I can't find one for Stone Prophet. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places, but either way, when we come back, folks, we'll continue on with putting out videos. Videos of games that nowadays don't have to worry about not having storage space to have all the things in them. But back in the 80s and 90s, that was absolutely something you had to consider when making a game. And it was a thing indeed. Oh, storage space was a thing. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.